update 5 Abhiram Chaganti. It is currently 4:02 p.m. on February 1st. Happy Black History Month. And I am once again in the game room of my dorm building. Now, this is the second take to this video. I had already recorded a whole 25-minute video, but I did it outside. And it was actually in a really cool environment. It was like a woody area with a bench. But when I put it in my laptop, there was so much wind noise, and it was such a large file that there was so much hassle and bureaucracy to get the wind noise, cut the wind noise frequency out. So I just thought I'd re-record it, make it a little shorter since I know all the contents I'm going to talk about. This week has been interesting because I always talk about routine, right? But my sleep schedule has been fucked. Normally, I sleep at 10, I wake up at 6. That's been how it is for a while. But this week, I've been staying up until like 2, 3 a.m., bro. And one of the most important things for me is the gym, right? And the only time I want to go is as soon as it opens because there's no one there. I get every machine I want, all that. So I'm still waking up every time, like, before 8, getting to the gym, but I'm sleeping so late, and it's causing me to have a pretty fucked up sleep schedule. And the reason why I'm not sleeping on time isn't because I'm on my phone or anything. It's actually because I've been producing, bro. This week, something I'm very proud of, a personal win for me, is I produced my first few songs fully start to finish by myself. I produced them, recorded on them, engineered myself, all that. And I'm really proud of that. And that's what's causing me to stay up very late, because the creative act, in the most ideal scenario, I can fit it in, which I try to, seamlessly within the whole structure of my schedule, like with my classes, my other clubs, everything. I fit that whole creation part into that and still sleep on time. But what I've realized is I can't really control that, bro, because the whole reason why I'm working on that stuff at that hour is because I find that I'm in a flow state at that hour. Like the ideas are just kind of coming at that time, and the last thing I want to do is put a pin in that, you know what I'm saying, at that moment, and revisit it and not maximize the state I'm in at that moment. And when I do go to bed, I'm getting these very vivid dreams, bro. This week especially, the past 3 or 4 days straight, I've had these vivid dreams, and in every dream it's this forest, bro. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all what I see. It's like this beautiful forest, and it's very foggy, and the trees are dark oak, very dark, and the trees are so tall you can't even see the top of. And somewhere in the middle of it all, there's this huge, powerful, just extremely captivating waterfall, okay? And I remember seeing it, and I was amazed, bro. And what I'm trying to figure out what it means, right? Because I believe it was Sigmund Freud that talked about, how dreams are representative of the thoughts you're kind of suppressing in your conscious mind. And so I wonder why I'm seeing that. And I don't know all the answers, but I asked ChatGPT. I typed in everything I saw, and I asked it, I was like, where can I find this in real life? And it told me about some different places, but one of them was Olympic National Park in Washington. So at some point in the near future, I'm gonna pay a visit there, because I want to dive into that, bro. I want to see what that's all about and just see what's inspiring me there, right? Another development this week is I've been playing a lot of chess, and this actually stems from a funny interaction. A few days back, I was at a friend's house, and we were playing poker, and somewhere in that time, chess had gotten brought up, and one of the guys there, he was like, I had said I don't know how to play, and one of the guys there was like, your parents didn't teach you. It was almost like I was supposed to learn that like everyone knows. And of course, not everyone knows how to play. But like my response to this will kind of paint a picture to you guys of like who I am, right? Because like I can't help when I feel slighted or feel downplayed or feel like someone's trying to gain an edge. Like this is like my Achilles heel, right? Because I always talk about how important it is to not care what people think, and even when it's for your own good, right? Like it's not good. You should always trust your instinct. But here, bro, like I said, this is my Achilles heel, bro, because when he said that, like something kind of like just happened where I'm like, okay, I'm learning this and I'm gonna be better than you, like best believe, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like I just can't help it. So that's something I've been playing a lot more, and I try to play as much as I can, and I'm really liking it, bro. Apart from the fact that was the initial intent of me starting to play, I'm finding a lot of intrinsic enjoyment for myself because, like, I don't know, aesthetically, it's such a cool game too. And before I go into the aesthetics of it, it's like the thing about chess is like the better player always wins. It's not like poker where like a beginner can luck out on a hand. You know what I'm saying? So I like that idea about it. And I also like aesthetically, again, the king and queen, like parliamentary sort of like idea of it, similar to cards. I just really like the aesthetics of that. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing is I went to New York City yesterday, which is the first time of this year that I got to go. And for the first time, I mean, I've done it before, but this the one of the times I can really remember is like I went with other people. Like normally when I went and go to the city, like I'm always by myself. In fact, the first time I went to New York, it was completely by myself. I've talked about this before, but it was a trip in my senior year of high school, and that was awesome, bro. And you know, like I think there are pros and cons, right, of being with people and doing things and being alone. Of course, when you're alone, you don't realize how much people hold you back until you're alone. Like it could be the most acute, granular detail, like someone needs to use the bathroom and that takes up time. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have any of that. I didn't have to deal with any of that when I was on that solo trip. But then again, like when you're with people, you're building memories. You're building core memories with experiences with the person. You're advancing the camaraderie forward a little bit, even in the slightest bit. And along that same topic of friends, another thing is like online friends. That's something that's been like more prevalent this past week. Is like I've been able to like meet some cool people on the internet, bro. And I don't want to go on too long about this, but bro, before I started posting, it's not that I never felt I was capable, but it's like it felt like almost like a glass ceiling, right? Where you've accepted the fact that you're a consumer, and then you see all the creators there, and you're like, okay, their job is to create, my job is to consume. And you never really consider the idea that those creators used to be consumers. You know what I'm saying? And this just makes me think of something I always think about is like, that's why like, before I talk more about online friends, I just want to sit on this right here for a second, is like the idea of a creator, right? Is like these guys are putting out and people like can feel a way, but what's given me a lot more comfort with putting stuff out like these YouTube videos is I thought of this, like people should think of things of how it would look in retrospect, right? Because even like when I'm putting out a song or like a clothing design or something, like what's made me feel a lot better about putting it out is the fact that I know my future self will thank me for putting it out. You know what I'm saying? And it's very easy in the present to be scared and be held back and not put it out because of your present feelings. But try to consider, like, dude, these YouTube videos, for example, right? The whole idea is like 10 years later, like, I'll look back at them and I'll be really happy I made them. So I think that's always a good thing to think about when you want to do something that you feel is ambitious or you feel is out of your comfort zone. Just think about how it's going to look in retrospect. And now I'm going to go back to the whole online friend thing is like, yeah, dude, I've been meeting some really cool people, bro. And see, my taste of online connection up until like recently was like LinkedIn and like very transactional context. Like, you know, because, you know, the whole idea with the whole LinkedIn thing is like, whether you say it or not, you're making connections with the interest of advancing your career. And not to say that these online friends I'm making aren't doing that, but it feels a lot more human. You know what I'm saying? We're interacting on our interests rather than our career goals. You know what I'm saying? It's all like the motivations there are completely different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really enjoying that. And along that same content thing is recently, this was crazy to me, bro. Recently, I got hit with an email about my first commission opportunity. Now, I know I'm reflecting a lot of imposter syndrome tropes when I say this, but I can't believe this is happening, bro. Like this guy at some AI company, he reached out and he was like, yeah, dude, like if you promote this, like blah, 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 this much pay. He showed me some other creators that work with them and things like that. And the pay was very promising. And like, bro, the whole time I was thinking like, wow, this is crazy. But I don't know. I've said this before, but guys, my whole thing is like, I'm not trying to promote products that like I don't use, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure if that's gonna hurt me in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of like the moral dilemma I have. Like, why would I tell people to do something that I don't do myself? That just doesn't feel right to me. And I think of this ethics class I have, right? There's this discussion post that we had to respond to, and it was about this lady, and she's into like nanotech and things like that, right? And she's hit with this very similar moral dilemma where she's given this great job opportunity and she really needs the job, like for whatever reason. Maybe she needs to pay rent, whatever. She really needs the money, right? And she really needs this job. This job is a great opportunity that if you pass up, you're not guaranteed at all to get something like that again. So, and in this case, the question is, should she take the job? Because one of the catches here is that the company is making things that the process of it is a little unsafe to her. Like, they could be making products that aren't safe for people. That's not their intention, but that's like one of the possibilities in that process. And so even in that discussion post, like I replied to it and I said she should take the job, because like what I said is like, bro, who's to say that, like, you know, in these fields that it's not inherent that you know, there's going to be this unsafe nature. And the more you don't consider your quality of life and put that first, and you try to abide by morality constantly, it's probably going to be like a hamster wheel cycle of, like, you know, never finding a job in this specific scenario, because like you're constantly putting that over your quality of life and you're broke. You know what I mean? So that's something I'm thinking about with myself right now. I don't know how I'm going to respond to it, but I just thought it was pretty cool because I didn't really imagine this sort of stuff to happen to me, but it is. So I don't know, just new experiences to tackle and learn from. And another cool email I got the other day was actually a response from a cold email I had sent in October, bro. And this is actually really exciting news. This is something I'm pretty excited about. Is I sent a cold email to this PR company like in October, and I was basically just asking if they needed help with Fashion Week, like volunteering, whatever they might need, whatever. And bro, this lady at the PR company just responded like a few days ago. And she was like, yeah, man, like we have opportunities available, like let me know. And bro, the thought of working at Fashion Week is just crazy to me. But here's the catch, guys. I responded to her, and it's been 3 days, and she hasn't hit me back. But in the first email, she said, like, I'll send me your number, I'll add you to this group chat, blah, blah, blah. And it's not a scam, right? Because I know the company. Like, the company is a good company, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens, all that. And another thing, last thing I want to end off on is my brand and kind of like changes I'm trying to navigate through, thinking of. So, I post a lot of, like, talking content, right? Like philosophy, ideas, just me kind of yapping at the end of the day, whatever. But I've realized, bro, that like, and before I like explain to you guys my thought process, I want to give you guys an example. So my friend, I want to tell you guys a story, I should say. My friend was telling me the story of how Tyler, the Creator, right? When he first started, he had a Vine account where he would post like comedy content, whatever. And it was during that period of time he had made some project, like some music project that he was really proud of. And when he went out in public one day, and someone had recognized him, but could you guess what it was for? It wasn't for the music, it was for the Vine. And bro, I feel very similar in that situation right now because, bro, as much as I love talking about my ideas, I don't want to be regarded for that, bro. I want people to see the work that I'm putting in from a creative standpoint. I want that to be like my thing, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. Like I'm trying to. That's something I'm trying to navigate through. That's why, like, I think of like teacher performer, right? It's like we're inspired by like performers in a different way than teachers. Like teachers, they build us up, but then, you know, you see a guy on stage that's living out like a great life, and we're inspired in a different way. We're more wowed, we're captivated, and I want to be the type of guy that captivates people and wows people. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of the like steps I'm trying to take in my brand, is like be more of a performer, like wow people with my work, things like that, instead of like just talking about it. But I also do see a lot of value in talking because it's helped me build a fantastic community of people. Other things I want to end off on, there were some things in that first video, like I said, this is a re-recording, so I'm doing this inside so there's less wind noise. But one of the things I want to talk about is I think I already touched on it. Fuck, it was like the retrospect idea. I think I already touched on that, so my apologies. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I really want to say. I like I said, I said this in another video. I write down like everything I'm gonna talk about, so like the ideas are structured. But I want to see if there's any more weight I want to give to certain things. I'm really interested in that forest, those dreams of that forest, and damn, like, yeah, Olympic National Park, bro. I'm gonna pay a visit there for sure. I wanna see what that's all about and see this waterfall. I imagine. I wonder what that means for real. I'm gonna fix my sleep schedule for sure. Is there anything else? Nah, that's basically it, guys. Everything else, classes are going well. Friends are doing good. Everything is pretty much stable for the most part. One of my classes, Statistical Methods of Business. Jesus Christ, bro. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm gonna figure it out. I always do. So that's going good. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Life Update 5. And with that being said, Abhiram Chaganty out.